de los Muertos has begun. It's the one night of the year our ancestors can come visit us.
I thought it might have been one of those made-up things. I was just... But
Tonight is about family.
That's a clip from Disney Pixar's new film, Coco. It makes its way to the box office this holiday weekend, and it is expected to dominate Justice League. Joining me now is WBAI chief film critic Mike Sargent. Mike, I've heard incredible things about Coco, that it really warms your heart and lifts you up.
It does, and it's surprising because you're thinking, okay, what could they do with a story about a kid who goes to the land of the dead? How is that fun? It's beautiful, it's heartwarming, it's about family, it's about, a child figuring out who or she wants to be, he or she wants to be. It's really about a lot of things. It's really good.
There are a lot of messages in it, if you will, because it's about a little boy who's very musical, and his family doesn't understand that.
Exactly.
And it's also set in Mexico. I think it's one of the highest grossing, if not the highest grossing film in the history of Mexico.
It made over 48 million.
Which is fantastic.
Grossing film. Yes, it is. Well, it's great because the music's great, the characters are great. The culture is a background, but you'll know all those characters.
Is this a new franchise for Pixar, you think, in the way that Toy Story was?
I think that this is a closed story. Of course, if it does really, really well, I'm sure they'll find a way for us to revisit it. But the main character, Coco, let's just say Coco couldn't appear in another film. So I don't know that it'll be a series, but they may make more little shorts about the little boy.
Oh, I love shorts. I think there's a short before this starts. Is it a Frozen short?
Yes.
I don't mean to put you on the spot. I heard that. And
yes, it is. Well, I don't want to surprise, but it'll be a surprise. Yeah. Go and you'll be happy.
So the holiday movie season kicks off this weekend with the telling of the story behind one of the most iconic tales of all time. The man who invented Christmas starts Dan Stevens from
Beauty and the Beast.
Yes, and also Christopher Plummer, and examines how Dickens wrote the legendary tale of Ebenezer Scrooge. So let's watch this.
It's about a miser, and on Christmas Eve, he meets some kind of supernatural guides.
Does it have a title?
Humbug, A Miser's Lament.
Christmas ghost story, Christmas song.
Christmas ballad, something like that.
I had a brain cramp. I was trying to say Downton Abbey. That's who I know Dan Stevens from.
Well, I have to say I love this movie. I'm a big Charles Dickens fan, and what's great about it is we've all seen tons of versions of Christmas Carol. And so watching how did Charles Dickens come up with it, knowing what he was up against, he had financial problems, he had to self-publish this book, and seeing his characters come to life, I have to see of all the incarnations I've seen of Scrooge, Christopher Plummer, hands down, best Scrooge ever.
Oh, that's awesome. But this movie trailer has sold me on actually paying to see this movie. It's another film out, legal drama, Roman J. Israel, Esquire. It stars Denzel Washington and Colin Farrell, and here's a peek.
You were a cornerstone of activism. You're inspiring.
I'm tired of doing the impossible for the ungrateful.
And you gotta make a living. Take care of yourself.
I am.
That sold me, but I'm a huge Denzel fan. I saw him on stage in Raisin in the Sun.
Oh, yeah.
He just kills it.
Well, I have to say, this is a movie that is a bit uneven. It's really good. Denzel's always good. It plays like it's a true story, that it's not. It's about a lawyer who is very idealistic and ends up working for a big LA firm because his mentor dies, and so one of his more successful students recruits him. His performance is great. The film's a little bit uneven, but if you love Denzel, you'll just enjoy the film.
Award nomination for him?
He's got some tough competition.
That's a conversation.
I hope he gets nominated.
I always hope he gets nominated, but that's a conversation for another day.
Another time, yes.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, Mike.
You too.
Great to see you. Mike
Thanks.
Sargent, as always.